All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a new episode of Smokin Fire. I'm your host, LK the God, the DD Mogul. I'm here with some very good friends of mine. Before I get to my co-host, I would like to tell everyone to subscribe on, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are available, and on YouTube because we have visuals too, like this right here. Now to my co-host. We have C Jizzle live from Liberty Sizzle, aka Puffco Poppy. What we puffing on today, my guy?
Lemon OG Kush, live resin. Tasting pretty lemony. Actually, not
Lemon
the
OG
not the
Kush.
best stuff I've had from Trulieve, but they're getting some new concentrate lines coming in, and I'm saving the fresh press live rosin for after the show.
Okay. And we have Sith Lord, aka Meme Lord, aka Funko Pop Poppy. What we doing there, man? Where the Funko at, man? How you feeling today?
Hey, look, first of all, I'm setting up my apartment. I just moved.
He
So,
just moved, everybody. He just moved. We gotta give it to that man. Give it to that man. Give it to that man. Matter of fact, we gotta do this one full time. For my man right here, for my guy right here. He just got a new apartment, everybody. We moving up in the world. Big things popping for the Fire Squad, FSOD.
we did it. Hey, look, the best part about it, don't need no parking pass over here.
No parking, man. We
House
could park
owners
wherever.
Exactly.
We could park our cars upside down if we felt like it.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know,
That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
And we have a symbol to talk some shit. Now, we're gonna start today with Fire Films, with a couple shows that I think everybody needs to start watching. Firstly, I think everybody needs to start watching Winning Time, on HBO. It's about the rise of the Lakers dynasty. It's really good so far. A lot of the legends are pissed about it because it depicts them in a negative light or a different light. But you got to understand that this is based off a book. It's not based off of your particular opinions. Because usually when people like they put stake into a movie, they be they control their own narrative basically, like like what Dre did with Straight Outta Compton and stuff. When they actually have a part of it, they're gonna make yourself come off better than you actually were, but it's good for other people to tell your story rather than yourself. Um, really good show. Uh, I think they casted Magic Johnson really well and Quincy Isaiah. Jerry West. He kind of comes off like an asshole, but what would you expect? It's Jerry West. Like he has every single reason to be an asshole. Like he won Finals MVP and he didn't even win that Finals. Like it's a crazy outcome. Um, but it's a really good show so far. Um, and everybody got to start watching Atlanta. We're back, season 3, 2 episodes. Um, the first episode it returns us back to the kooky world of Atlanta. It was basically Get Out Atlanta style. CJ, you watched it too.
Brilliant, just brilliant. Atlanta just came out the gates and just reminded everyone immediately why it's one of the best things that's on television, and
Yeah.
it's one of my personal favorite shows of all time because it can come in with a cold open season premiere after a long gap between
Yeah.
seasons, and everyone's wondering, where they're going to pick off, how the timeline's going to pick up, and they just cold open to what Tredarius, whatever the kid's name, his story, and we just follow
Yeah.
this kid, and it is just it's hilarious, it's deep,
Mhm.
it's actually it's deep on many layers, and it just perfectly encapsulates the tone of this show, where I was fascinated, puzzled,
Mhm.
enamored, and laughed out loud at several points through just the first episode of the two-part season premiere.
Yeah. Speaking on the second part, well, first off, the first episode it's Get Out, but it tells a very good story in 30 minutes with the first episode. Like from start to finish, it's like a thriller kind of. It's weird, it's funny, the shorty making the fried chicken in the microwave was kind of like, dog, please don't eat that chicken, bro. You're going to be sick. She put the chicken in the bag of flour, then put that in the microwave for 15 minutes. I was like, the chicken came out looking ghostly. I was like, dog, please don't eat that. Like that is disgusting. I was ready to throw up. And they made soap out of shit, like literal shit. So the house smelled like shit all the time. Like it was, it was a really strange episode, but it was good. Um, episode 2, we're back. Um, we followed the rise of a rap superstar. You know, their experience, and their he's experienced in his career so far, right? Like he's on tour and overseas. Like he said, he's done it for a while now, and it's just like everybody's. I compare it to One Piece. You know how people pull up to like a new island and everybody's just all over the place, scattered all across the island in different directions. And that's kind of how it is this with the cast of the show. This, on episode 2, everybody's in different directions and shit.
Yeah, it does. It definitely feels like that. Like, it's interesting where they pick up. Like you said, it looks like Paperboy's in the midst of a European tour. Maybe
Yeah.
not even the same European tour we left off on. They kind of inferred that this might be a future. A couple of years or so may have passed. His career, he seems to be doing pretty good.
Mhm.
Everyone seems to be comfortable in their own places. So it'll be very interesting where we pick up with Earn, with with everyone else,
Mhm.
and how they're picking up. Like I said, the setting looks to be Europe, at least for the early part of the season. So that'll be fun to just see how they manage all the hijinks. And it had the typical Atlanta hijinks, the TSA scene where he's like, "I'm not wearing a belt, bro," and he's just
Yeah.
like, "I still got to check." It's just like I'm in a hurry, so
I
like
was
I
like,
just
damn, dog, you gonna be butt naked in the goddamn
this
TSA
man said
line?
I was right. He said
Oh,
I forgot my belt and my underwear, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like,
yeah.
just typical Atlanta humor, man. It's a great show, and I think I love it because it strikes such a great balance between the heart of like a drama and then just the
Mhm.
funniness of a comedy, and just balancing that levity so perfectly well.
Yeah. Atlanta's back, season 3. Um, very good show. All right. Let's talk sports, everybody. Let's talk some sports. NFL's going crazy.
Matt Ryan going to Indy.
Hmm.
Yep,
You got
Thoughts on that?
for basically like a bag of chips. It was like, you want a third round pick for Matt Ryan? It's like, cool.
yeah.
That they was just like, fuck Baker. Anybody but Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's like, I want to go to the Colts, and then the Colts is like, hey Atlanta, like we'll give you like our spare change for Matt Ryan. What's up? And they was like, you know what? Fuck it. Here you go. And
Yeah.
that's now the Colts. It seems like that's what they've been doing, just plugging in like old ass veteran quarterbacks until they figure out what they want to do. They was just
Yeah.
like, let's do Philip Rivers. Yeah, all right, that was all right. Okay, all right. How about Carson Wentz? And he was like, this is really good. Then the end of the season, he melts down. They're just like, no, fuck this. Hey,
well,
Commanders, you
well,
need a quarterback, right?
yeah.
Let's
Speak on Commander Wentz. Let's talk about the most immediate quarterback that we have to deal with because he's in our city. Commander Wentz. How do y'all feel?
hate the nickname. Captain Commander Carson, whatever they're calling him. It's awful.
Commander Wentz, man. He's the commander.
I think it's an upgrade. I mean, they didn't pay too much for him. Indy was like clearly just like, he's good, but we don't want him. So it's like, all right, so like you got to pay something, but like we'll give him up, son. And it's just like, and Carson Wentz is such a uneven case. I think he's a good stopgap quarterback. Like you give him a year, see what happens in your system, but I'd be prepared to like draft a quarterback maybe next year or something. But Carson Wentz
Mm.
is better than fucking Taylor Heineke. That's all I can say. Baby arm Taylor Heineke is like it's not gonna get it done. At least we have a quarterback that can get the ball to Scary Terry. The only thing with Carson Wentz is he just melts the fuck down sometimes in games. It's just like and throws some of the worst turnovers you've ever seen in your entire life.
Not
So it's like,
sometimes, a lot of times.
yeah, well, I mean, not even a lot of times. Like he only
Oh,
threw seven
he's your
interceptions last
former
year. So
quarterback,
like
isn't
he
he?
was like 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Like it's not a lot, but when they do happen, they're at the worst moments and they look fucking terrible. So it makes it seem like he fucks up way more than he actually does. So it's just like Carson Wentz had a good season. It's just like when he had to win a game against Jacksonville, he couldn't do that shit. And that's
Mm,
come on, bro.
that's
Jacksonville last year,
Jacksonville.
the joke of that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, dog. So yeah, I mean Carson Wentz upgrade, but nothing to be too excited about. That's how I feel personally.
I wouldn't even say it's a huge upgrade, in all honesty,
I
because
didn't say huge upgrade. I said upgrade.
I don't even think it's really an upgrade. It might, if anything, it's a slight downgrade. Because I mean, first of all, you're going to the NFC East again, right? It
Mhm.
was already terrible. Well, okay, I wouldn't say Carson Wentz was terrible, but he had his misses when he had his misses, and that was the really
Mm.
defining part of it all right there. His misses were actually effective, and it stood out more than his actual hits. But now you go into DC, and did DC ever fix their line, their O line?
I
No.
mean, their line was pretty decent. They lost Brandon Scherf, but they picked up another decent lineman. So their line projects to be about the same, which is pretty good. But like I said, I feel like their issue was they didn't have a competent quarterback. Taylor Heineke would be a great high end backup quarterback. I would trust him to go
Yeah.
get me 4 wins a year. If my starter gets hurt, I'll be real confident in Taylor Heineke for a 3 week span or a 4 week, like, but for a whole season, he's basically like G League talent. Like he's working hard. Like I appreciate the heart and the effort, but he does not have the arm talent
Yeah.
to get the ball to the receivers the way they need. The receivers, he's always missing high. He doesn't have the arm for, especially for a receiver like Terry, who is open all the time, bro. And he's like, it's just like you need a big arm quarterback. So I think at least Carson Wentz has that. He's got a fucking rocket. So like, hopefully you're projecting. And Carson Wentz has never really had big time weapons like that. So you're projecting that you give him Scary Terry with that big arm, you get something. I think that's better than Taylor Heineke just scrambling around, showing me he's scrappy and has heart. Like that's cool. Like I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the league, but like he proved that he's not a starting caliber quarterback. And Carson Wentz has at least proved that. Is he, a Super Bowl playoff winning quarterback? That's what he's not proved. But like
Yeah.
he's proved that he's at least a winning starting caliber quarterback when he's healthy. And like I said, I'm not super excited about Carson Wentz. Like I ain't the biggest fan, but like I said, I have to acknowledge that he's better than Taylor Heineke. That's all I say. Like I said, huge upgrade. I don't know, but arm talent is what Taylor Heineke was lacking, and there's no shortage of arm talent for Carson Wentz. It's just decision making and durability.
We
Maybe
have
with a new
Deshaun
coach and new
Watson.
weapons and a new system, you can help with the decision making part.
Deshaun Watson going to the Browns. How do we feel?
Ooh, that's a political one. Yeah,
Oh
women
no!
are mad
I mean,
about
we don't have
this.
to go into the political part. I'm talking about him going there to ball. Like,
All right, yeah, I'm about to say. You want to talk about how mad every woman I've seen is about this, and
man,
a lot of other
listen.
people, not just women, just people in general, or are we talking?
I've listened to numerous podcasts where they broke it down. I'm like, look,
Yeah, it's more
they,
the Browns' fault though. Like he's just
yeah,
getting his money. Like I ain't mad at the black man for trying to get his money. He broke the bank, but it is. I mean, we know the NFL is morally bankrupt as a league anyway, so it's not
yeah,
surprising. Like, of course they don't give a fuck about these women or their allegations. They care about winning football games and putting ass in the seats. That's all these owners care about, or they really just
yeah,
care about putting asses in the seats. But winning football games does that. So
yeah,
yeah, getting Watson, they broke the bank. The Texans obviously were just not going to do anything. He was a sunk asset for them. So yeah, I mean it's fucked up for Baker Mayfield. They just brought your man in. It's just like, yeah, Baker, he's better than you. Well, even
yeah,
with the threat of him going to prison for like rape, he's still better than you. It's like,
yeah.
goddamn. And
It
he
ain't
is,
Baker.
and they're right.
It ain't like it's like when Matt Stafford went in for Jared Goff. Like the difference is it's evident, right? You ain't that. And Baker isn't that. I don't think Baker is that quarterback, like that playoff quarterback. I don't think that's Baker, man.
Yeah, I just don't trust him. I just think I just don't
I
trust
don't
him in big
either.
games. I don't know. Seems erratic. He's just very inconsistent. Baker Mayfield. Sometimes he's feel like,
Mhm.
okay, wait a minute, and then he just can't get the ball to like Odell Beckham or like amazing receivers. He's just struggling to get them the ball, and it's just like the fuck. And like I hated how he handled the Odell Beckham thing too. Just how Baker was just like, yeah, it's his fault and shit. Then Odell goes somewhere else and just becomes Odell Beckham Jr. again, and it's just
I
like.
was hooping and shit. Yeah.
And I looked at the tape. I mean, it was fucked up that Odell's dad had to do him like that and put that tape out with all the Baker's misses. But it's just like tape don't lie. Tape don't lie. Like it's fucked up. It's bad publicity for your team, but like you missing a lot of fucking open receivers, dog. I can see why Odell Beckham Jr. would be a little frustrated when you're wide open in the motherfucking end zone and Baker Mayfield's looking to check it down or some shit. You know, I don't know.
All right,
Brown's
everybody,
gonna be
put
the
your hands
Browns.
up. We're getting robbed right now.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Seek God right now.
Hello.
Hey, we're getting
Hello. Hello.
We're getting robbed.
I'm just laying down. I'm just tired of shit. What's up with y'all, man?
Oh, I was a little late
Talking to
because
you.
I fell asleep.
Talking these trades, man. These off-season trades.
What other offseason moves stood out the most to y'all? in the
Tyreek
NFL?
Hill, man. We got the cheetah,
Freak.
like the fucking Tua, man. If Tua doesn't cook, man, he is gonna get roasted out the league for his entire existence.
So can
Because now
somebody
he has got.
explain to me how they lost Reek? Like, how do you lose Reek?
Oh yeah, I'll explain
Kansas
exactly
City
because
lose
they
Reek?
explained it. Drew Rosenhaus was talking about it. Like everything was good until Devontae Adams signed for all that paper in Oakland. He reset the wide receiver market. Nobody thought he was going to make that much money. So then Tyreek Hill, who was renegotiating his contract, was like, "Oh, Kansas City, we were going to ask for this, but now we saw that we're not taking anything less than Devontae Adams is getting because we feel like we're better than him. So now you got to pay us more than that." And the Chiefs were like, "Hell no, we love you, but like." We just paid, Patrick Mahomes a truckload of money for like the next 7 to 10 years or whatever. So yeah, bro, it is what it is. His cap restraint. So it seemed pretty mutual. That's why it happened so fast. It was just like Tyreek Hill, he's going somewhere real fast because he's going to whoever the fuck will pay him the Brinks truck that he's requesting. And it turned out to be the Dolphins. What it came down to the Dolphins or who's the other team? It was one other team that was in it.
It was the Dolphins or the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets. Yeah, it came down to
Damn.
those two. So who could afford to give up that truck 5 picks for a wide receiver? They gave up 5 picks, 2 first-round picks, but like a mid-round pick and 2 late picks, or crazy. They traded quarterback shit for a receiver. So that's a lot of assets. And
It's
on
a
top of that,
cheetah,
you got to
bruh.
pay them a lot of money. So yeah, like the Dolphins. I mean, Tua, you got a Lamborghini and a Maserati lining up on both sides.
And then they also picked up Bridgewater. It was like, yeah, let's sign over Teddy Bridgewater while we're at it.
That's cool. That's insurance. Exactly.
That's great insurance.
Yeah, that's a great insurance policy.
Case Keenum going to the Bills was kind of weird.
Well, they got to replace Trubisky, right? Because they lost Trubisky as a backup, so they're just shoring up their backup situation behind Josh Allen.
Yeah, because Trubisky went to Pittsburgh.
Steelers. Yeah, I saw that great clip where it's just like, we're finally getting rid of Ben. Yeah, it's like, oh, are we getting somebody more mobile? You're like, yep. Are we getting somebody with a bigger arm? Like, yep. Are they better?
Nah. No.
Like, I can't say that. It's like that, bro.
You Mitch ass nigga. You Mitch.
You missed you.
Oh man. All right. Whatever off-season trades happened.
Of course, you got the Broncos traded for Russell Wilson.
Big Russ.
What was it? 2022 first rounder, a 2023 first rounder, 2 second-round picks. I think in both 2022 and 2023, and then 2022 fifth pick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good mutual parting because they've been talking about Russell Wilson leaving for a little bit, and
but they also picked up. I mean, because they also gave away Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris.
Yeah, I expect the Seahawks to go quarterback in the draft. I mean, I don't expect them to go with Drew Lock, but I think it's just good. They just want to sell high on Russell Wilson in case he gets hurt or there's a decline. So I think that's the Seahawks are just thinking ahead, like, hey, we could draft a quarterback this year, rebuild. Let's get the rebuild started. This is where we're at. It's no point if our team is not good enough to be a championship team. What's the point of just having Russell Wilson here? Just spinning around a bad team, and then the Broncos are going to be willing to give up a bunch of those assets because they've been in quarterback hell since Peyton Manning.
Forever.
Yeah, since Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah, that. Oh my God. All right. Von Miller going to the Bills, right?
Yeah, for a ton of money, lots and lots of money.
Get that bag, shorty. Get that bag, shorty. All right, now, really no NBA news. The Lakers suck. Kyrie's back full time.
Yeah, so it's always some NBA news. We're getting towards the end of the season. It's a playoff run. We're getting down to like the last 10 games or so. So we're getting into who's going to be in the play-in, getting
Mhm.
into things like that. And now we're talking about draft stuff. We're going to get the draft lottery pretty soon. So people are looking at more college right now than pros right now. Because I said we're deep in
Yeah,
March Madness right now, which has been pretty lit. So everybody's seeing what the top prospects are doing and trying to project them on their favorite NBA teams, or drooling over who they're looking at. The Chet Holmgrens of the world, who just
yeah,
got bounced out the tournament. Jabari just got bounced out the tournament. Jaden Ivey just got bounced out the tournament. So the only one of the big top recruits that's left that's still playing is the Duke boys, Paolo and AJ Griffin. And Duke is really fun to watch right now. This is my, Coach K's last season, so he's got this farewell tour thing, and they just have an amazing team. They're going to have maybe 4 to 5 first round picks in this upcoming draft just from Duke this year.
yep. Like I said, Kyrie's back full time.
Oh yeah. He's been freed. We'd freed Kyrie from the mandates.
Yeah, yeah. It finally happened. It kind of like puts in perspective why James Harden left. I'm like, dog, you could have just waited. Like, he's back full time now. We could have had all the help we needed, but you
I don't
know,
think that was the issue,
we're
man.
good.
Like I said, it seemed like some other beef. James Harden was disengaged since he was at Brooklyn. He feel like, I think it was more of a role issue of both of them being point guards and having high usage and being on ball like that. Like, because it
Mhm.
seemed like Harden, when he was complaining to the media, he's like, I don't even know what I should be doing. Should I be distributing? Should I be scoring? That's like some low key shade of like the coach of like, I don't know how they're telling me not to be myself type shit. And
Mhm.
like that seemed like some beef there. And like when Harden quits, that man quits hard. Like, when
Yeah,
that man stops giving a fuck about the team he's on, because his
he
level
quits
of effort
Harden.
goes from championship to zero. This man gets fat, he just stops hustling.
Yeah.
Defense
Oh,
his
but
controller gets turned off.
last night, the Nets blasted the Miami Heat, like just
Yeah,
straight
he got some
bodying
issues.
them. Like, you think they just lost by 20. No, no, no. These niggas was losing by like 30, 35, and then they made like a little run at the end. Like, they was getting blasted last night, bruh.
I think that says more about the Heat than anything else, because what we saw what happened to them the game before. Jordan Poole cooked them so bad they was ready to fight each other on the bench. Fucking Udonis Haslam,
Yeah.
the fucking coach is throwing clipboards at people. Like, this man, like, I ain't
Yeah.
never seen Eric Spoelstra wanted to smoke by the end of that. I was just like, God damn. First he's like, the adult. He's like, well, you think you can read his lips? You think I'm gonna fucking fight you, Jimmy? Come on,
Yeah.
come on. By the end of it, he's like, come on, bitch, pull me back. He threw the clipboard at him. It's like, oh damn, what did like even Spo lost his shit? Like, this man's like, fuck it, I don't even care. Let's go. Like, I
Suppose
was like,
usually the most even killed person on the team, but
that's how
nah, he
you
lost his
whipping the
shit.
team's ass when they about to fight each other on the sidelines. Like, bro, you got them
Yeah.
so disorganized. Udonis has them. Man, you about to have the 40-year-old player coach out here fighting Jimmy Butler. It's crazy. And they getting smoked like this. Like I said, obviously it's more than just superficial chemistry issues. So since then, they ain't been winning no games. They've been getting smoked.
Yep. Yep. That is sports, everybody. What's next? What's next? Oh, the incident with the roller coaster. I mean, it's not a roller coaster, but it's a carnival
It's a
ride.
ride.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
the drop zone ride or whatever.
Where
That
is it? I
shit
gotta
was
look at some more
wild.
events. You said it was
I
a drop zone.
think I put it in the
Yeah,
chat.
like
Yeah, I
one of them
tagged
tower
everybody in
jumps.
it. Yeah.
It was like one of
I
those
watched the
tower.
video.
It's got to be on Twitter somewhere, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
in
it's
the
definitely on
chat. Here
Twitter.
you go. Here you go. Here
It's
you
in the
go.
chat. But
Oh, I see something came up real quick. Carnival accident.
yeah, yeah.
It was
If
in.
you
Is
watch
this the
it,
thing? It was in like Venezuela.
No, it was in
Venezuela.
America.
No, it
It
was
was
Yeah,
in
it
in
looked like
America.
it
Florida.
looked like it was American.
Maybe it's a different one.
The white boy definitely sounded American. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, it definitely sounded American.
But
But
essentially, they didn't secure the railing or whatever for his particular seat. Either they didn't secure the railing, or like he had a faulty seat or whatever. But literally, like as the Jane was descending, he fell off the
Mhm.
shit and smacked that. He smacked the guardrail first, then hit the ground.
they were only
Yeah.
like, if not less than 20 feet from the ground. Like the way it was coming down, they descended, and then like it takes that real like
Yeah.
heavy brake type feel to it. That's where it happened, and then he just blew.
Oh, you said it's this shown in Orlando?
Yeah,
It would be
It's
fucking Florida, dog.
always Florida, bro.
but you got so like so I watched the video, and I'm not gonna lie, I fast forward through it because a lot of it is kind of like it
Just
was
talking
kind
and
of
build up.
Build up,
yeah,
yeah,
talking
build
and
up.
build up. There is a lot of talk though that's going around saying like apparently somebody didn't check somebody. It was something between the employees there. But the real crazy part is after my man fell and hit the concrete, like no one rushed over to like stop what they was doing, bro. Like there was no sense of
Yeah.
urgency whatsoever. Even even like he died on impact. Maybe I don't know if he died on. He probably did, but like even if he
The
didn't,
thing
like
with
no one cared.
Yeah, I mean, I feel more than one way about that. On one hand, I do feel like our society is very like stop and watch and not stop and help.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At the
Stop
end
and
of the day,
record.
like when you fall like that, you die on impact. Your body liquefies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really not too much they could have done anyway, to be fair. I hate to
Yeah.
say it
One
like
of the ladies was like, Somebody go check him." I'm like, he's gone. Like,
yeah, I mean, you could like I said, like when you fall like that, your body liquefies.
hmm
Like your organs liquefy, your bones shatter. Like there's nothing they could have did.
and he wasn't secured. Like, I don't know if the carnival, like the ride operator, like checked everybody beforehand, but he was doing a lot of talking before the jump took off. Like, I don't know when he checked everybody, because usually they check everybody before the jump take off.
You're supposed to.
And
You're supposed to make
he
sure everybody's
wasn't
secure so you can lose the ground.
like, he was not secure. Like, the jump was supposed to snap into like a seatbelt at the bottom. Like when you see like how everybody's sitting, his jump was like up. The jump was not buckled. It
Yeah, the
wasn't fastened to nothing.
little
Yeah,
shoulder guards
His
were
shit was
like
loose as
kind of
fuck.
like they were up in the
like
air.
it
And
was
it's like
visibly loose. I'm like, dog, like nobody checked this.
that
But
that doesn't look right.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a tragedy. It's fucked up. It happened. Like that's crazy. Like
Or like
like
I can
homeboy
only
recording.
imagine what his family going through.
Yeah, or like homeboy recording. Like I mean, granted, he wasn't recording purposely for him, but like
yeah,
he's standing there, and the fact that it hit the ground, he hit the ground, and he just like,
yeah. He was kind of like, what just happened?
I mean, you gotta think though. Like everybody don't have that like first response like kicking in their mind. Like some people just really be
Yeah,
in shock when they see wild shit.
Yeah, it
nah,
is.
I
Yeah, as
understand,
someone who's
but
been in that situation, yeah, sometimes you don't know what to do or say.
You just gotta
Crazy.
like you gotta process that shit first, dog. Not to
like, and you
say it
could
like that.
tell by the way he was recording, like the impact happened, and he kind of like looked over slowly because his body turned. Like, what was that?
Because it's no longer a body, it's low key like liquid now, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
like your body, like the what kills you in falls like that is necessarily like you falling, but the impact at which you hit a solid surface. Like you can die
Mhm.
falling into a lake if the lake is still and you fall from a high enough altitude, you'll die from the impact because
The
the
surface tension.
pressure, yeah, of your body colliding with basically an immovable object, your body is going to be crushed.
like how you throw one of those weird little slime balls at the wall. Like it's a actual ball, but once it hits the wall, it kind of like expands out and it's flat, and that whole thing. That man died on impact.
Yeah. Like I keep saying, your body liquefies, dog.
Yep.
But I will say this from what I've heard, like what might be okay, not to say okay, but like you tend to lose consciousness before you hit the ground. So you usually don't feel it or even know what's happening in some cases.
Damn, I never heard that.
Yeah, like most people like that fall, they usually aren't conscious if depending on how high they fall from. Because like between the air pressure and like the motion and stuff, like you lose consciousness. But if you are alive, I feel so bad for you because that split second before you like,
Mm,
that's got to be tough, bro.
mm,
It's like what's happening. You know what's happening. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't brace yourself for it. You can't get in a certain position like you're going to be destroyed.
yeah, yeah. I've even heard somebody talk about, well, I didn't need brace for, and I'm like, bruh, come
Brace for
on,
what?
bruh.
Brace for fucking what?
At that amount of force, like, come on, bruh. Like, ain't nothing you could do about that. You would send
I
your
just,
own elbow into your brain, like
That was
going
all
that
less than a
fast.
second, bro. I don't even think you
Yeah,
had time to react
yeah.
anyway.
yeah, like it would have been fatal anyway. All right. Anything else, fellas?
Y'all heard about
Uh,
Tyler Perry?
oh yeah. So your man Tyler Perry said that when he be getting it on, he used the Medea voice. This nigga CJ be having the best expressions, dog.
Oh,
Hello.
he probably be putting on the Jupiter's Legacy wigs that he loaned them and shit.
Yo.
Oh Jesus.
Fake beard.
It's the
Jesus.
Let me see if
utopia.
I can find the goddamn article.
The
Let's
utopia.
see. Utopia. Hey yo, he Tyler Perry admits to speaking in his Medea voice during intimacy.
Which
Mm.
is like that just opens up so many questions. It's like, do Jones be like, what if a Joe be wanting that type of shit though? Like, talk
Yeah,
to me
it's like
like
I know he's
Medea,
not just throwing that out of nowhere. Someone's asked for that. Someone's asked for that.
Someone has
which
to
is
ask for that.
crazy.
I
And I
don't
would
know,
judge them.
bruh.
I would definitely judge them. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Shorties
Like,
be
what the
weird,
fuck?
man. That's all I can say. Shorties be weird, man.
Choke
Everybody
me
has
and
their thing.
choke me and ask me how I'm doing, but like in Medea voice, like that's crazy. Like, what's wrong with you?
Hello.
You had a terrible childhood, didn't you?
Hey yo, that's
Say hello.
Hello. Hello. For sure. For
while
sure.
he's beating cheeks, bro. While he's beating cheeks, it's not like he's saying it like while he's home or whatever, and just like randomly say like hello or whatever. No, this man
Is
is
deep in the guts.
beating
He in
cheeks,
somebody's guts.
he's in someone's guts, talking like Medea.
Hey man, it's he's a method actor. He takes his work home with him.
Off his Gary Oldman shit, dog.
Yeah, yeah. He's staying in character.
I'll be right back.
Hey, you know what's funny though? Like I love how low key like Tyler Perry being like all these wild ass non Medea type movies, just playing a regular ass nigga.
Yeah, like he'd be a lawyer in this one. And like, you think he about to break out of the character?
You'd
He
be
know
like,
how
nah,
to
he
break
just
out
that's
the
just
character.
talk. And it just his character really just be like the lawyer type shit. Like nothing special. Like
Mhm.
look at Tyler Perry being like hella other movies on some random shit. Like he was in Don't Look Up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very good movie, by the way. Very good movie. I
He
like
was in
movies
fucking
at the end of I like the end of movies. No, I like movies and TV shows where at the end everybody dies and the world blows up.
And
it be like
everyone
that,
dies
cuz.
and the world blows up. Jeez.
Yeah.
What did I
It
do?
be
What
like that
happened?
sometimes.
Oh
We
my
don't
Basically,
deserve
we
to
was
win
talking
every
about
time.
so
sure.
KB, you walk in the crib, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's a weekday. You come home early. You think your wife is in the house by herself. When you come home and you hear Jodeci and Medea in the bedroom, what do you do?
I just walk up. I just go home. I just walk out, bro. Like,
But
Baby, I
look,
would
I'll poke my
cry
head through the
for
door just to see what's
you.
going on, and I'm like, hey, look, whenever
He got
y'all
the wig
done,
on and everything.
whenever y'all
yo,
done, I'll be back. I can't deal right now. I'll be back to pack my shit later. Like,
I
don't.
would have to ask. So who wanted the Medea voice, baby? Like, did you ask for that?
I feel like that would be a conversation later, like because I'm
Yeah, when
already
you like when
upset
I mean like when you come
that.
back,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
ask
I feel
that.
you. I feel you. Now I wouldn't ask it then when I'm
Nah,
coming back to
you
pack
don't
my
want to
shit.
have that conversation.
I need like a month of like I just need to be gone for like a month, bro. Cause I'm like,
Bruh.
this man was dicking down my girl with the Medea voice.
You gonna ask a question you don't want the answer to. That's what you're gonna do. Like you don't really want that answer. Like
What
I
if
kind of do.
Medea? What if Medea is the real person and Tyler Perry is just like,
The character, yo, that would be that's some Black Mirror shit that I don't even want to see, bro.
yeah,
it's like Batman. Batman is the real person. Bruce Wayne is the Bruce Wayne
Medea
is
is
no,
the
I
real
feel like
one. Tyler Perry's
Tyler
It's
Perry's the
Batman.
mask. That's the character.
Tyler Perry's the
yo,
mask.
bro. Like because I don't like talking down to nobody for real, but like I just never really imagined like Tyler Perry being the type of nigga to like just go out and get bitches if that sounds bad or not. But like,
No, it's
dude, what is
okay.
Tyler Perry like out on the prowl type shit?
He probably uses the
You said
Medea
out on the
voice.
prowl.
You know, shorties like Medea, bruh. They love them
They
movies.
enough to fuck him, enough to fuck her though. I mean Drizzy be on
Hey,
some wild shit though. Drizzy
hey,
be on some wild shit.
now, Steve. Now you know shorties are into some weird shit, so I can't even do.
What? What is? Huh?
That's wild, but like at the same
Nigga,
time, like
turn your
there's
camera off. Turn it off and try again. Turn it off and
like
try
there's
again.
wild, then there's
Turn it off and
wild,
try
then
it
there's
again.
like what the fuck is wrong with you?
There's Wild and then there's Bubba.
Exactly,
Yo.
bro. My man just.
Welcome to the
Hey.
show, everybody. Bubsy Wubsy. Welcome to the show with what is that? You have a bonnet on right now?
You like
Yes, my
you look
bonnet.
like you
Why
like
are
you
Oh,
sold
okay.
David.
so tight?
Bub sold David Ruffin his first bag of dope in that same stocking cap.
Hey, yo.
Bubba, you look like you work exclusively with Big Worm.
Exclusively with Big Word.
Exclusive.
Exclusively.
Hey, because we're
That's his
moving up out
plug.
here.
That's his plug, man.
Matter
Oh,
of fact, yo, Bubba. So you heard about that shit, right?
No.
About Tyler Perry using the Medea voice during sex.
I don't even know if I think that's true. I don't even know. If it is true, that's the wildest thing I've ever heard. And I commend that man
It's true.
for staying in character.
That's what I said. He's staying in character. He's you know what I'm saying? The method actor right there, man.
Oddly
Yeah.
respectable. But I got a jet, fellas. I got to do this little jump for my dad. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. Y'all can get in
I
all
know,
the juicy entertainment shit that I know nothing about.
All right. Speaking of juicy entertainment shit, we have to talk about you want to talk about the Lotto interview, Bubsy?
Sure. So Lotto has been having a great rollout for our album 777. Lotto's in a very strange place in the industry right now, since you got City Girls kind of taking that lane of like party chick music, and then Cardi B kind of being like the best female rapper, and now Nicki Minaj is trying to get back into the game after happily being a mother. So you got Lotto really just fighting for that top spot at the moment of just being really considered as a female rapper. Not to mention Meg Thee Stallion is kind of just floating around, like we don't really know what she's doing. She said she was not going to do music for a while, but she's just dropping, thing after thing, single after single. But
getting ready for that trial.
Yeah. So Lotto has just been going around talking about essentially, well, she did a spot on Joe Budden, which surprised the hell out of me that she even went on Joe. I guess, after Joe did the Nicki interview, all the women are like, oh, Joe was cool.
But, yeah, definitely. That definitely happened. It was a great interview, by the way, too.
Yeah, fantastic interview. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely go see it. But yeah, Lotto had two things. She was pretty much talking about how there was a couple of men in the industry that have been trying to, sexually harass her. That kind of goes without saying. But one even recorded on one of her songs for the album 777, and it was a single, and they could not get that song cleared by that artist because the artist was being ignored in her DM. So essentially, she made it, in her words, not mine, and I am paraphrasing, because she didn't want to sleep with him, he is relinquishing the ability for her to like use that song. That is some wild stuff to me. I don't know. Like, do y'all feel like that's clout? Do y'all what do y'all think about that?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see it because like
I could definitely
niggas be creeps without no money. I can only imagine how creepy niggas are with money.
Facts.
I feel like
Facts.
that's
So I don't
We
put
know a
that
couple.
past. I don't put it
But
past
who do
nobody.
y'all think she was referring to?
so far she hasn't really alluded to anything. It's hard to know because I'm thinking the same thing. She hasn't really alluded to anything. And if you haven't released a song, who knows? But all I can say is that dude better hope she never releases that song ever
Yeah,
or
that
even
could be
leaks it.
bad.
Yeah, because all we got to
What-
do is go, oh, this single wasn't the album. Were you the guy?
what's
Me
his name
too, all
already,
over again.
Kodak already came across and was like, "Hey, she ain't talking about me, homeboy." Like, you know what I'm saying? That,
Look at my man Kodak getting ahead of the bomb,
Yeah.
getting ahead of
You
the
got
fire.
you got to
right?
get out there. You got to get it out
Kodak.
there.
yeah,
Kodak
they
is
said-
too busy, like, fucking
Groping his mom.
bitches.
yeah. Kodak
in
came
front
out
of,
and
like,
said it wasn't
thousands.
him, and didn't she confirm someone wasn't also an option in that same interview?
Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
Mike Will made it because he was on the album, and it wasn't another person. And so I don't know. I'm feeling really really weird about the
That's
industry.
such a bad look, dog. That's such a bad look, bro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's such a bad look, dog.
I feel like it's got to be a powerful person too, because who was turning down somebody on the come up who's literally like they in Diddy's pocket, they're on a big record label, like they're doing.
She's hot
their
right
own-
now. Like she's hot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you're like, no, your song, I'm not going to allow that song to come out because I
I
can't
get no
cheap.
coochie.
You
That's
gotta have
crazy.
bag. You gotta have a big bag already.
Yeah. Or just not get no fuck at all.
That's true.
Which
Yeah.
it might be a nigga with a bag who don't give a fuck, which is crazy.
I could see that. But it's also weird because it's like, yo, to be big enough for you to do that, I feel like you got to be like superstar. Like I feel like, and I'm not trying to accuse anyone, but I feel like you got to be kind of like Wayne-ish level to even be able to play that and think it's going to work.
Yeah, but I feel like Wayne is too classy for that. I feel like Wayne would
Yeah,
do
obviously.
some wild shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think
You
Wayne
stop-
would ever do that. I'm just saying like they got to be on that level to
Yeah.
do that. I feel like it's not impossible to say that Drake might have did that.
Oh, please, Lord, don't.
That's-
be there.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, son. If you would have said that like a year, the more I hear about Drake, the more I dislike Drake as a person. I'm not gonna lie to you, son.
You said the more you like him as a person.
Dislike him as a person.
Oh, I've been hated that nigga for quite some time, and I'll actually put that on record. If I ever meet you, Drake, hey man, you a wild boy. I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
bless me with the slice, I appreciate it, but you a wild boy.
So speaking of Drake, right? I saw something online earlier where they're like, someone said that Doja Cat isn't a hip hop artist.
I saw this. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and somebody was like,
No,
well,
Remy Ma
Yeah.
Yeah,
said
Remy Ma said it, yeah.
That's
Remy
right, it
Ma,
was
and like
Remy Ma.
I'm paraphrasing as well. She was like, Doja Cat makes good songs, but she's not a rapper. And then someone was like, well, if that's the case, Drake isn't a rapper either. And I kind of beg to differ because like, unlike Doja Cat, Drake made his bones as a rapper first.
But Doja Cat raps on basically every one of her
Yeah,
songs.
She does, but she's never really been in that like I'm a rapper category. Like Drake, low key, like is a certified rapper. Like we all know, despite how you feel about Drake as a person and what he has done, Drake is a rapper. Like he can rap.
I can understand the argument of feeling like Doja Cat is not a rapper, just because on the majority of her songs these days, it sounds like a pop artist featuring Doja Cat.
Do you feel like they trying to T-Pain Doja Cat?
Yes.
They say T-Pain is not a rapper. Like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah.
First of all, T-Pain is a rapper, and the
Rapper,
best,
singer,
and the best
rapper. He a rapper
ad-libs-
turned singer.
the best ad libs person in the entirety of the world. Back when T-Pain was hot, bro, wasn't no ad lib untouched. Wasn't nobody touching him with the ad libs. No one.
Easy.
Until 21 Savage came out.
Oh well, Jeezy, yeah. All right, yeah, Jeezy, man. Jeezy had that.
Lil Jon might have been touching him.
But he wasn't a rapper though. He wasn't like Lil Jon was always a producer that just happened to be on the track.
Fair enough.
And that shit was gold too. That shit was
Low
that shit
key
was
best
gold.
ad libs, Jim Jones. That's just my opinion.
Goonies.
Talk about
Dog.
talk about Drake. I feel like it's getting really wild. Like there's a guy from Insecure, and he was talking about when he met Trey Songz. And Trey Songz is really pulling up the rear for taking up the R. Kelly lane. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
at this
I've heard some
point,
bad
Chill out.
things
Watch how you word that. Watch how you
I've
word
heard
no,
some bad things about Trey Songz, bro.
yeah, no,
that. Yeah.
I worded that exactly the way, like, you're talking about another grown man snitching on you now, and throwing girls' phones out the windows, taking it from them, taking them on tour, now hanging out with, like, once again, like, women who are like 17. And I get it, like, you're a big star, it's very difficult. That shit's happened to me where I was just the cameraman at a place where my homie was doing a show, and a young lady was like, "Oh, you working with him? Do you know so and so?" And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And she's over here trying to, say what's up to me. And then somebody had to tell me, "Oh, that's, she's XYZ sister." I'm like,
Nope.
XYZ is only 18 years old, and that's her younger sister. You feel me? So it happens. Like, I'm not.
Hey,
But
with
in my opinion, I feel. Go ahead.
my man say, before I see the pussy, I gotta see the ID, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, that's one of those things where it's like,
Facts.
it can happen, but if you take it there, you took it there, bro. That's on you.
Like, I just feel like at a certain age, you can tell when somebody's younger than you. Like, not just younger than you, but like younger than you. Like, I don't even think I hang around anybody under 25 nowadays, bro, because I'm fucking 30.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're not a little bitter and jaded with the world, I can't even be your friend.
But it's crazy
Damn.
because in the Lotto interview with Joe Budden, she said herself, like, when I was 16, I was getting in the club. Like, promoters were letting us in the club at 16.
Because men are fucking creeps. Because men are fucking
Men
creeps.
are
And I
fucking
learn more about
Yeah.
men being creeps every fucking day, and it bothers me sometimes. It's like, who raised you niggas? Like, for real,
Yeah,
cuz.
man.
Who
The
raised you
internet.
niggas, bro?
The internet
I
raised them.
literally, I don't know if I told you guys this short story. I knew a promoter who I didn't know him for very long, but he seemed like a cool dude. And we're talking about, like, out on U Street, he was promoting some event, and some girls, like, because sometimes the girls do want to go to those events. I'm not trying to sound like a victim blamer here. Like, we're all teens, and as teens, we want to go to the places we aren't old enough to
Couldn't
be.
be on. Yeah.
And like, there were three girls. I was out with them, and there were like three girls, and to me, they obviously looked 16. The dude went up to him, and one of them was 18, and the other two were 17. He got the 18-year-old in the club and told her to show her ID, and the bouncer just let the other two in because he just assumed they were old enough. But they told him they were 16. Oh, sorry, 17. I was like, wow, that is insane. That is insane.
I gotta see ID, shorty. All that.
Hey, man, listen, we all went to various high schools here, but we're not going to act like you ain't see them cars pull up in the back parking lot picking up goddamn
Yeah.
17-year-olds.
And funny enough, Nicki Minaj touched on that in the Joe Budden interview. But, like, yeah, Lotto's situation, I don't know. So I do have another question. It's like, Lotto's bringing more stuff to the light, which I appreciate that. Do you guys feel as though she needs to do that in a certain way to prevent, I guess, fallout? Or do y'all feel like she should just come with all the heat that she's got?
I mean, I
Sounds
understand. I mean, I understand wanting to protect somebody. Like, I mean, people have public personas and shit like that. People have images to uphold, but at the same time, you really about to like uphold my album because I won't fuck you, bro. Real life.
Yeah, I'm kind of two minds with that, because of course, if the dude, like, you do want to stop a predator, like, if somebody out here being a predator, you do want to stop them in their tracks and bring more awareness to that. But do you want to blow up somebody's spot? And this is probably why she hasn't. Like, do you really want to blow up somebody's spot and, like, potentially make yourself a pariah in the industry? Like, you don't want to make people stop working with you. Like, oh, despite what you do or what she say, like, she could press the button on your ass, and she does
I
that.
feel like
Fuck that.
in situations like this, that don't count. Because like in situations like this, that don't count because like somebody's clearly being unreasonable and for a terrible reason.
What'd you say, Seth Lord?
I think it's still connected.
Yeah, we can see you now.
Yeah, I can see.
What the fuck just happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think Zoom doesn't want me to snitch because it turned off right after I said I'm snitching. Hey, look, bro. If at any point in time, like, I hear or see about that, like, I feel like Lotto should just go ahead and be like, look, bro, this is a nigga that did it. These niggas is nasty. Like,
Mm.
expect this, and this. Like, and then at the same point in time, it's like if she does go out and expose the nigga, right? There's still gonna be niggas that's on his side. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that always happens. Yeah.
No, bro. Like assault, sexual assault, regular assault, sexual harassment. No, bro. That's not it, young. Like
Bro,
if
no,
you
it's
ever found
no.
out, yeah, like if I ever found out one of my boys like sexually assaulted some shorty, first of all, that ain't my boy no more.
It's over. It's over. I can't do nothing with you.
I cannot. I can't associate myself with you at all, bro. Like I don't care if it was a joke. Like
You a
sexual
wild nigga
assault
for
is
real.
sexual assault. Yeah, no bullshit, bro. Like if somebody told you no and you still going for it, that ain't that dog. You ain't my boy.
And honestly, I'm kind of even like that in the industry where it's like this situation is enough for you to not be my boy, because it's like, yo, if I ever, because I could maybe still be cool with a nigga who's just petty. He's like, oh, she ain't let me hit. So I don't know. I just did something that she didn't come off. Like, it's like whatever. People are petty, but this is money involved. People are living off this. You're holding up not only her check, everybody on her team, the record
Producer
label.
check, the engineer check. Time
Yeah.
is money, dog.
Yeah, man. Like,
that's
come
why I
on,
would
bro.
definitely. That's why I
hate
would
you.
definitely say. That's why I would definitely say something, bro. Because who cares at the end of the day? Like, so say it was guy A that did it, right? And she'd be like, oh yeah, guy A did this, and then now he's like, oh, why would you do this? My career, blah blah blah. Well, nigga, you shouldn't have been a creep.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
We
I
gotta
definitely
stop
feel
trying.
like
We gotta stop trying to hide the creep. We gotta stop hiding creeps, man.
we
Oh,
You a
need
come
more
creep.
on.
snitches. We need
Don't
more
let me
snitches
find
in the
no
game.
creeps. I'm exposing niggas. I don't
Stop
care.
protecting creeps, everybody. That is the title of today's episode. Stop protecting creeps.
Please.
All right.
Please stop protecting. Because I was mad. I was mad watching the interview. She was like, nah, I don't want to put his name out there. I'm like, no, let me know this nigga name.
Put that nigga
I
name
was
out
like,
there.
ooh, know some. Oh,
You feel
know
me?
that
No
nigga.
bullshit, cause like I feel that because like I could be playing that motherfucking song right now, and now you know he a whole weirdo.
Yeah.
Did
I'll
she
support. I'll
like
support
say
that
if
weird
it was
shit, bro.
like an artist or producer or what was he? Because I'm trying to narrow it down.
She said it was an artist.
Oh, yeah,
I'll say like,
yeah,
like a producer wouldn't have that much leeway to be fair with you.
Yeah. Nah, they wouldn't. Because that they eat more off that than like anything else. So
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, I agree. I don't see a producer doing that.
You wouldn't be willing to risk that. Like you still need somebody to rap on your beats at the end of the day.
And then anything like they could just push the beat out anyway. You could have somebody remake the beat, and
It's like
you asked out and a creep.
it's like one of the reasons why you almost never see producers actually doing anything like that, because like there's too much at stake for them. Like they never get the big head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still like that's still like a symbiotic relationship at the end of the day. Like you still need artists to rap on your beats as a producer, you know. But
You know, shout out to Lotto for even going through that. Like, I hope you do your thing, girl. I've been loving, you know, everything that you've been putting out. I think she's a beautiful, smart young lady. She's like one of the youngest female artists in the game right now. Like, not the youngest, obviously, there's younger, but like
And she can
23.
rap.
Yeah, 23.
She be
doing the
talking that
numbers.
shit.
Oh yeah, and she's from the South, so it's like you 23,
yeah,
you from the South, and you can actually rap. You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing a lot right now. I feel like Lotto is really gonna, you know, do a lot. So shout out to her for even like trying to deal with this in a classy way. Like I still want to know who it is. Get that man to Merry Christmas.
I think it'll reveal itself over time. You know, it's just gonna come out anyway.
Definitely.
What else you guys got? You got the bonnet on. I know you got something to talk about.
Oh, that was the main thing. I just wanted to know you guys' take on like I really feel like we need more snitches in the industry. Like the quickest and easiest way to prevent this stuff or lower this stuff is like more people snitching on that. Like you ain't got to snitch on somebody doing some drug shit. That goes along with that. Like I get that, but like if a nigga's being a creep, snitch on that nigga.
Yeah, fuck that nigga, bro. Because it's like it's just keeping he's gonna keep his fame and fortune, and
Yeah, he
and
gonna
no one will
keep
be none the
rocking.
wiser.
That's why I said like I'm like you probably should expose him because you do kind of want to stop him from doing it. Because if you don't stop him, he probably is just gonna keep keep it fucking moving,
Yeah.
keep still being a
And
cringe.
the next artist that he try that shit with might not have the balls or like the skin to be like, no nigga, like I'm not gonna fuck you
Yeah.
for a score first. I'm not. That'd be
Yeah,
fun as hell anyway.
I feel like it's got to be an old dude. Talk about other female artists. Nicki Minaj's rollout is crazy right now. But I heard some things online. I saw some things. Somebody saying that Nicki Minaj only works with artists that she can sign. How do y'all feel about that?
She can sign.
That she can sign.
Like out rap.
I don't even know if I could say out rap, but like
You mean like
son,
that she could kind of bully around? Basically,
Yeah.
she could bully around type shit.
Like they
And I'd be
can't tell
like,
her nothing, but she could tell that. Like more recently, she worked with, and no offense, don't come for me, y'all crew. She worked with Lil Baby. I mean, I feel like Nicki Minaj can son Lil Baby. She's been in the industry for longer than half of that man's lifespan, has a lot of experience and whatnot. And those two songs that they released, fucking fire. Go listen to them if you haven't. She's working with Coyle Roy. Definitely could son Coyle Roy. You know, ain't nobody gonna disagree with that. And it looks like she's only working with like younger people that she can kind of be like, all right, you're not coming for my spot. Like, what do y'all think? Like me personally, I don't think she's doing it on purpose. But I personally, after seeing the Joe interview, after seeing how cozy they've been together, Nicki don't like people that disagree with her.
Yeah.
she's always been like that though.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I don't know if I dislike it because I'm liking everything that she's coming out with right now. Like this has been the Nicki that I listened to back in the day. Got the bars, got the dance, got all that stuff. She's not even crazy sexual like she used to be, which I like a nice ratio. But it's weird to see only people that really can't do nothing with her, like if they ever had to go against her.
I think that's very un-hip hop though. Like
That's
I
a
feel like
shot
hip
at
hop,
Lil
hip hop
Baby.
is. I feel like hip hop is a contact sport. You got to be able to like go to war if you got to.
Yeah,
You
I've
do it,
always
though.
been of like, because we're all artists here. Like I've always been of like the school, like if you get on a track with Lucky Lefty, Lucky Lefty's here to kill you. Like I'm not I'm a competitive, like I look at rap as a competitive sport still. Like I'm probably one of the only one of the few people who still look at rap like a competitive sport. So yeah, we could, put a record out together, but I'm striving to have the best verse on the song. I'm striving
Dang,
to have.
I'm trying to see what I'm trying to see what you got, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like there's people out here who your favorite rapper is Jay-Z, right? And if you met Jay-Z in person, you would gush. But I'm of the mind like, yo, Hove, what's up? Let's go to the studio right now. Let's see what happens. Let's just go do it. So like with Nicki, man, she like I always held her at a high regard as being a good rapper or a good lyricist. So of course she's I hate to say it, of course she's probably gonna body slam Coil Ray on a song. Or, do the same thing to everybody's champ Little Baby. I'm sorry.
But Lil
Um
Baby is actually like a good rapper though.
When he wants to be.
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say that. Like I can't give him all the, you know, all the crowns that people give him. I mean, he's a really good rapper, but as to be like lyricist, like super lyricist,
I get what
lyrical
you're saying.
lyrical
He
level,
he he
no,
can
he's
rap,
not
but
that.
he can rap, but I wouldn't
Like
like you
when
said,
I when
he's a
I
rapper when he wants to rap,
like
basically.
when I think of like ranking somebody, right? Like say like the aliens land on Earth, they be like, bring me your best rapper right now.
Mm,
Like, who are they gonna bring? You're gonna bring Hove, like you're gonna bring Hove, you're gonna bring motherfucking
Royce the
M,
5'9".
you're gonna bring
That's
M, you're gonna
all the
bring
slaughterhouse basically, all the slaughterhouse basically.
nobody's gonna
Uh,
bring Little Baby, unfortunately, unless you were born
jeez.
after
I
2000.
mean, I want to. I said, yeah. So you gotta say that. You gotta think about it.
Yeah, you
We're
can't.
definitely older than his actual fan base really is. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
we don't really have him in our mindset when we think of like what a rapper is anyway.
Well, I don't know if it's a fan base thing. Like it's really kind of at the end of the day. Every time I listen to a new rap song, I count the bars and I count the punches. And for me, it's kind of a numbers game. Like how many bars do you have? How many of them were good? How many punches? how many setups, how many 4-bar schemes, like are you doing things that are like what we know is, you know, traditionally what makes you a good rapper. And nothing against Lil Baby, I love his music as well as NLE Chopper's. Really love NLE Chopper. That newest album he's got is pretty fire.
Yo, Chopper Loki, one of my favorite young niggas, because he actually be rapping on that. He be rapping. And
Chopper
he's
be
creative.
rapping, he be playing ball, he be meditating and trying to get niggas in good spirits. He be going like, yo, that's real.
You seen the league they got with all the rappers and shit like that? He was on that motherfucker's baller.
Bro, he was
seeing that shit.
Yeah. NLE Chopper, he's like one of the realest niggas in the game right now, and that's probably why I really fuck with his music like that. But like you're right, like we're probably not about to bring Lil Baby to the aliens, which is a sentence that
I mean, and I'm not even saying that to take anything from him, but like he's not that. And I feel like today in hip hop, right? And I know this is probably going to sound horrible, but I have to say it. Nowadays, people congratulate flow more than lyrics. Like they congratulate, oh, he wrote the beat. Nigga, you're supposed to do that. You're a fucking artist. Like, oh, he his flow is crazy. His flow. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like we're giving out
I see what your point
perfect
is.
attendance awards now.
I see your point, but I feel like flow is definitely integral to being a good lyricist.
Yeah. Not if it's going to be, you know, how do I explain it? Now if it's going to be uniform, like the regular flow, like cat, hat, bat, sack.
If you more flow than bars, that's one thing.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like hip hop is right now. Way more flow than bars. Like I've heard niggas flow their way through songs and they haven't said anything really.
I'm even okay with you not saying something if the stuff that you're not saying is cool. Eminem does that a lot.
You can swag a whole song if you nice enough.
Oh, for sure. You could swag your way through a whole song.
Lil Wayne has done that a good couple of times.
Jay-Z does that shit all the time, nigga.
Talking about I bought a place out in Dumbo. Bro, we can't relate to that, but it sounds dope.
No bullshit. I ain't gonna deny yet.
As you can see, everybody, you see the man with the FIYA Squad merch on. All you gotta do is contact somebody from the FIYA Squad familia, and we will show you how to get some. And pretty soon we have FIYA Squad bonnets coming soon. Everybody, go cop some.
Hey, give me a FIYA Squad bonnet, bro.
Oh, I got you. I told y'all, man. We get that jump. You know, the output is gonna be crazy with the fucking merch. Yeah, I feel like that's just how I feel about rap. I mean, hip hop nowadays. Like people are getting congratulated way more for flow than lyrics or substance.
Well, you got to think about it like this. The need to be a good rapper isn't as strong as it used to be. At least like when we were coming up, like you had to the goal was to be a good rapper. Now the goal is to be a good artist.
I will say this.
Or to take 1,000 pills.
Ew.
I will say this. That was a low blow, sir. Because I also want to ask you guys about this since we're on the entertainment topic. I was kind of like, somebody called me like a fogey the other day, and I was like, wow, damn, did I just grow another gray hair or something? Like, but they had a bit of a point, which I hate to say that I couldn't take it from anyone other than somebody who I saw was like over me, which was Lil Wayne in an interview where I can't remember what the interview was. I know it wasn't No Jumper, but they were essentially asking him, yo, you're like one of the few rappers other than like Jay-Z and Ye that has been around for like 20 years in rap. Like you've spanned 2 generations and you're still relevant. You're still doing numbers on YouTube. People still fuck with you. People still what did you do to do it? And I'm paraphrasing here, and to keep it short, Lil Wayne essentially said he had to evolve. Like where other people were saying they don't fuck with the new music, he was like, no, I love that shit. I'm getting on this shit. I'm fucking with these new people. And he's done that throughout his entire career. Like he built Young Money, all new people. A lot of the features that he's doing is all new people. He never shunned to anyone else that was coming out new. And he was saying that you gotta fuck with it, and that music transcends music now. I was like, the fuck does that mean? But I think I understand what he means, where, you know, the same reason why I like NLE Chopper and I'm into lyrical rap, but I love NLE Chopper because when I'm listening to NLE Chopper's music, number one, I know most of it, aside from the killing, is relatively real. Number two is coming from a pretty dope person, and number three, it also sounds good. So, is it? What do you guys think about where? Is it okay that music now is more about you as a person and less about the actual ability of the music? Like, do you think that's okay? Where do you think that's going to go?
I think it's
Well,
cool, but I don't think it should overtake. Like I like, but at the same time, like I feel like rap is kind of different than a lot of other genres. You feel me? And I'll
How
explain it
so?
like this: with a lot of other genres, there's usually like some type of like vocal talent or instrumentation in it, right? Like bands, singing, like that's where the talent is. Like being able to play an instrument or being able to sing. With rap, your talent is your ability to craft the bars.
yeah.
That's the talent part, and I feel like that should never ever not be a priority in rap. But you can't really apply that to every genre though. That's like
Yeah.
a specific thing to rap.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah, like I was saying, like if you're a singer, your talent isn't the song, it's the that you can sing. If you a
Very
rapper, your
true.
talent is the rap. And if you can't rap good, you shouldn't be a rapper.
That is very true
Facts.
because JJ Icefish is not doing the same numbers as Beyonce. So, what do you think, Hook?
Well, in terms of are you talking about separating the art from the artist?
Well, I guess to be more specific with my question is, do you think that's a good or a bad thing? Like the way that the industry is going is that, especially with Instagram and social media, you see more of the artists than you've ever saw before back when we were coming up. Do you think it's good that people are fucking with the artist first now over the music, or do you think that's bad?
Well,
Can I jump in right quick?
go ahead. I have a very long answer.
Where I feel like yes and no. Because like well, I do feel like that a good artist definitely has a personality that makes you want to like you want to root for certain artists because they have a personality. But at the same time, like I don't really want to know your personal life that well. You feel me? Like I don't need to. I don't.
All right,
I
I'm
could
ready.
go without knowing about the baby's actual love life.
Like Isaiah Rashad, for example.
Uh,
It
prime
simple as
example.
that. My man, great with the vibes, great with the lyrics, great with the music. I don't care that I don't care that he sucked a dick. What's that got to do with me?
All right,
What
so
the
here's
fuck?
my thing. Here's my thing, right? That's why I was gonna say I would love two minds of it, right? Because you want to. We're in an age now where most of the artists, like Lotto said in the Joe Budden interview, right? Most of the artists grow up through the internet, so you can't avoid it. It's unavoidable. It's a person basically.
Yep.
Like I told you guys, like people treat the internet as a person and they treat it as their best friend, so they tell it everything. So of course they will have to come off on the internet and be more sanitized than usual because people actually pay attention to what you do on a day to day and how you come off and react to everything that comes with it. But I do believe in artists separating the art from the artist because you know I'm a Kanye fan. Like Kanye's an asshole, bigot, condescending motherfucker, but his art outweighs all that to me, and I can attach him. I can attach both of them. So your online persona shouldn't really dictate, or what happens in your life shouldn't really dictate your fandom because art is art, bruh. Like
It is.
if you gonna judge somebody for what they've done outside of their art, you would have to go to the museum and take all that shit up out of there.
I
That's just
feel
how I
like you
feel.
could do. I feel like I don't mind it, but like when your personal life starts to overshadow your musical accomplishments, then it's too much. Like R. Kelly, we can't deny R. Kelly makes amazing music, but like the shit he did in his personal life is just
Yeah.
so wow that it's like I don't even want to deal with any of that shit at all.
But
Yeah.
me, I'm the type of person like, bruh, I detach that. Like, I
But
still got R.
I
Kelly
can't detach it.
playlist and stuff. I
I
just try
can't
to
only for the fact I can't only for the
avoid
fact
it.
because like knowing what the type of music he makes and the type of shit that he does, I can't say that some songs are not about children, bro. I can't. That's why I
Oh
can't
yeah,
fuck with it.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Like listen to his music and finding out everything yeah, it's definitely like he's telling you everything about he's telling you everything about everything he's done. And what you like, I'm like, dog, hey, you're a talented person, your beats are crazy, you can't read but you make music. I don't know how that's a gift. That's a gift. I mean, hey, some people can detach, some people can't. But I would like to be so talented that despite what I do, people, my art outshines everything. Like you should strive to be that great. That
Yeah, but at the
your art
same time,
outshines.
I feel like being able to make a song should not overcompensate certain things. Like, fuck that
Mm,
song. You a wild nigga, bro. I'm
How do
yeah,
sorry.
you how do you feel? How do you feel, Sith Lord?
you're muted.
Right. I'm sorry about. I'm sorry. I'm doing it.
Separating
About
the art from the artist.
yeah.
Um, to an extent, like it depends. Just like how everybody was going about like R. Kelly, I can't separate that. I'm be like, bro, you're creepy. That's
Mm,
nasty. So you're kind of canceled. So
mm,
like Kanye, for example,
Like R. Kelly has legit ruined lives type
yeah,
shit.
Kanye's out here like being crazy, and I'm just like, I mean, you're crazy, but I mean, your old shit still slaps, so that's cool. If you're
yeah.
crazy now and then you drop something like okay, like Donda,
Mm,
Jen was ass, and it's like it's ass because of what you're going on right now in your life. Because if you probably wasn't going through all that shit, you probably would have made something actually pretty decent. But he's already been in a downward spiral since his mother passed away anyway. So I mean, like, but that counts as like your personal life. That personal life shit really went on into his career, and so I mean, I can still kind of separate that, but
Some
mm,
of it, but I mean,
I take that
some of his
back.
mom shit definitely like helped his music get a little bit better in person. I will say
Yeah,
that a lot of his stuff, like when if you going through a life situation affects your music in a positive, good way, then sure. But I don't have to. I don't want to like. I don't want to. I don't need a play by play type shit. You feel me? Like, I don't want to know the intricacies of Kim K and Kanye's marriage, divorce, and all that shit. I really don't even care about Pete Wise, what the fuck his name is. For
Pete.
real. I should know. I should know that. Like, if this is the 90s, we would know about that shit.
oh yeah. Speaking of Pete, man, we gotta talk about that tattoo, bro. He
What?
he he got a tattoo, a Kim Kardashian tattoo. Well, he got numerous
He
Kim
wild.
Kardashian tattoos.
He wild.
He says the one I'm talking about, it says on the shoulder, I think it says my girl is a lawyer or something like that. And I'm like, seems a little premature, bro. But whatever. They do what they I, that whole situation, that whole Kim Kardashian campaign is is super fucking weird to me. Like even my wife, she watches the show, and we have two TVs, so I just happen to glance over and see like what they be doing on a day to day. Like these are the weirdest fucking people in the world, but they rich. Like it's a wealthy, well tapped in family, but they're really like, you could tell like there are some bodies buried somewhere in this whole family, you know. But it is what it is, though.
By the way, Hook, I just noticed that you're using the new mic, and that jump sounds. Mm.
Oh man, thank you, man. Actually, it's the old mic. It's just connected to a new mic stand, and it's like in my face right now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's finally like placed appropriately.
Yes.
Oh.
Mic stand, everybody. Mic stand. We have to get more mic stands. Anything else you guys want to broach this episode?
I mean, I think you also covered like the whole Kardashians thing. Like this whole, I don't know if we talked about it on a podcast yet, but this whole like it's hard for me to even believe that those texts are real. Um, it's some wild. Like, how do you even tell someone I'm in bed with your wife? That's got to be
by doing that, by being Skeety Davidson.
like, how do you even say that though? Like,
that is a mic
Isn't that-
drop of all mic drops right there.
isn't that like a loss for you though? Isn't it like, because you're literally saying it's your wife, but you're with her, and you have told the public that, yo, I've
Hey,
never met
man,
anyone like Kim. I'm seriously
niggas have
liking
gotten
her.
smoke for less. That's all I can say.
That's true.
Niggas
That
have
is
gotten
really
smoke
true.
for less, bro. Like if you say some shit like that to the right to a certain nigga, it's up for you. You know,
I,
like that's
I think
crazy.
the craziest part about all of this, in my opinion, is DL Hughley getting mad and going on multiple radio stations talk about, like, Kanye, meet me in person, man. Don't send your goons after me. Like, that's some real childish stuff. I'm like, DL, I don't think you understand who you're talking to. Like, I love you. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
DL, like, I love DL. I really feel like the whole Kings of Comedy, like, they need to chill, because it's one of those things where it's like, yo, this man just had a concert for one of the biggest Crips in history. Kanye is well connected. He has been
Yeah.
for a long time. And
Not only that, he's a billionaire. He has enough money to make anything happen.
you feel me? So it's like, I get it. Like, DL, you want to have an opinion on this, but you're in a place where you can get touched. Like, not making any threats, or I hope everyone stays safe, but that's a really weird thing for him to be doing right now. Like, he runs in the same circles that Kanye could be at. Like,
Right.
Like shit. And niggas fuck with Kanye more.
yeah, it's not like he's Howard Stern. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like his job is to ridicule people or whatever. Like, no, DL, if you're going to a party with other black people, guess what? Those black people are gonna be there fucking with Kanye over you.
Yep.
I will
Definitely.
say DL has some points though. Like, I'm not gonna, I don't want Kanye sending his hitters after me, but I will say, like, DL, he made some very interesting points of, and he didn't have to make them that way, but he said, like, hey, if this was my daughter, I would be upset. I would too. Like, if it was mine.
I'm about to peace out, y'all. My kiddos here.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I pray for that whole situation and everything they got going over there in Kardashian land, because it's kind of I don't want to talk about the Kardashians. I hate those people. But
Jeez.
yeah, it's like they're like artificial human beings, but people still like are so interested in what that's why I want people to watch Succession, because it's interesting to see, like, what rich looks like, but you don't know what wealthy looks like. And when I say rich versus wealthy, like wealthy, these niggas don't even drive. They get driven everywhere. They got private jets. They got different, like, you need to see what wealthy looks like versus rich, or nigga rich, basically. I think it's good to have, so you can see what it looks like, because especially for people who want to be rich, you got to see what rich looks like. So if that's all the topics, thank you everyone for joining us on a new episode of Smokin' Fire. I was your host, LK the God, the Didi, the Mogul. I have been here with C Jizzle, live from Liberty Sizzle, aka Puffco Poppy. I have been here with Bubsy Wubsy, Bubba Samuels. I've been here with C God, the artsy fartsy guy. He will draw your life better than you see it already, baby. I also was here with Sith Lord, Meme Lord, if you need some locks, he got the locks, and he also has keys. Also, make sure you subscribe everywhere on YouTube and everywhere people listen to stuff with their ears and with their hearts. Tell someone you love them, gang. Good job, fellas.